Hi, I'm Brian Clay Young. I'm doing my lecture today on gerontology nursing. More specifically, today's lecture will be on aging theories. I wanted to open up with a slide that sort of means a lot to me and directly pertains to a lot of what I'm going to be discussing today. Satchel Paige was a famous Negro League baseball player who was known for his longevity of years in the league. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you was? And I think that speaks a lot. A lot of us, if we didn't know our age, depending on how we feel, we may not feel the way we are classified in society. When we discuss theories of aging, there's two basic types, biological theories and psychological theories, psychosocial theories. Aging is viewed as a total process that begins at conception. And it's not merely the passage of time, but it's a manifestation of biological events that occur over a span of time. But there's really no perfect definition of aging. The study of aging recognizes that gerontology is a scientific study of the aging process, where as geriatrics is concerned with the medical problems of the older adult, and the focus of gerontology is to determine answers about normal aging processes rather than the disease of old age. Psychosocial aging is characterized by more behavioral social changes, changes that relate to the environmental influences that contribute to aging people. As you can see, more specifically, biological theories address the anatomic and physiological changes occurring with age. These theories view aging occurring from a molecular, cellular, or even a systems point of view. And psychosocial theories explain the thought processes and behaviors of aging persons. They also attempt to explain why older adults have different responses to the aging process. There are multiple biological theories. If you were to Google biological theories, you could probably pull up 50 or 60. But we're going to focus on 6 today. The first one that we're going to talk about is program theory. And this asserts that aging is an essential and innate part of the biology of humans, and that aging is programmed into our body system, and otherwise we would live forever, almost like our bodies are programmed to live a certain amount of time. Error theory relates to errors in RNA protein synthesis, and they cause cell dysfunction. So it emphasizes environmental assaults to living organisms that induce cumulative damage at various levels as the cause of aging. Things that we were to be exposed to on a daily basis may limit our lifespan. And cross-linking theory proposes that an accumulation of cross-linked proteins damages cells and tissue, slowing down the body's process, resulting in aging. Another popular biological theory is the wear and tear theory, and this asserts that the cells wear out over time due to internal and external stressors. I use the example of the components of an aging car. And parts of the body eventually wear out from repeated use and kills them in the body. The free radicals theory proposes that free radicals and other substances produced during metabolism are not eliminated and result in cell damage and eventual loss of organ function and eventually total loss of life. The neuroendocrine theory is aging is primarily caused by a progressive loss of receptors sensitivity of the hypothalamus of the brain and to negative feedback inhibition. So examples of these are some that we're more familiar with in daily practice, like obesity, atherosclerosis, hypertension, diabetes, cancer. You could go on and on. All of these things exist in comorbidities. Psychosocial theories are one of these is the disengagement theory. And once again, psychosocial theories are just like biological theories. There are more biological theories out there, but if you were to Google psychosocial theories as they pertain to theories in age, you would find multiple. We're just going to focus on a couple today. Disengagement theory, as I just mentioned, society distances itself from the older person, and the older person chooses to disengage itself from society. They're reciprocal. As an individual grows older, they withdraw from previous roles and activities, and this leads to the gradual withdrawal from society. Activity theory asserts that physical and mental activity preserve function. This theory emphasizes that well-being and life satisfaction defined as successful aging are reflective in old age by the extent to which the individual is able to remain involved in the social context. And continuity theory states that older adults will usually maintain the same activities, behaviors, relationships as they did in earlier years of life. According to this theory, older adults try to maintain this continuity of lifestyle by adapting strategies that are connected to their past experience. And this would be considered a more positive theory of aging. The gerotranscendence theory is a developmental theory of positive aging. Was proposed by Lars Tornstam in 1989. Just to tell you a little bit about him, he's a Swedish gerontologist that developed this theory of gerotranscendence over a period of 2 decades. And the core of this theory suggests that normal human aging includes a range of vital and commonly overlooked components. He suggests that people continually develop new ways of viewing and experiencing the world, especially as they live into their senior years. Far from being in decline, regardless of physical limitations, they keep developing new perspectives that shape their very essence as individuals. He began to explore aging with a phenomenological, qualitative approach. His earlier work revealed that aging is a natural developmental process toward maturity and wisdom, and it's a positive view on aging. So what is the relevance of biological and psychosocial theories of aging to nursing? Before I discuss that, I want to bring up Mr. Robert J. Havinghurst's developmental task of aging. He was a physicist, educator, and expert on aging. He published a number of papers in journals of physics and chemistry about the structure of the atom in 1924. He went to Harvard, and in 1928 he decided to change careers, so he went into the field of experimental education. For the purpose of this course, his very last stage, later maturity, which is over 60 years, this particular stage and task of aging is adjusting to deteriorating health and physical strength, adjusting to retirement, meeting social and civil obligations, and adjusting to health or loss of a spouse. So, nursing interventions. Nurses can work with the elderly to meet their own individual goals through the conceptualization of 3 basic coping processes: functional performance mechanism, intrapsychic factors, and spirituality. One of the best ways to combine these different theories into a way that they can be meaningful to the nursing process is middle range theory. There's a professor at UNC Charlotte, Meredith Troutman Jordan. She received her PhD in nursing from the University of South Carolina in 2005. And she's a certified psychiatric mental health clinical nurse specialist. And her program of research is centered on successful aging in older adults, instrument development and testing, and focused research with elders. And her dissertation comprised of an 8-week series of psychoeducational groups to enhance creativity in older adults in order to promote successful aging. Excuse me. She utilizes Roy's adaptation model to assist older adults to transition to later life. And I'm sure we all remember Roy's theories and models from our theory class a year ago. It embodies the physical and mental, spiritual, and gerotranscendental changes that may occur and lead to successful aging. The key assumptions include that aging is a progressive process of simple to increasingly complex adaptation to change. Aging may be successful or unsuccessful depending upon a person's ability to progress from simple to more complex of coping processes, and a person's choice influence successful aging. She also asserts that aging people experience changes which uniquely characterize their beliefs and perspectives as different from those of young adults. To give you an example of how she combines all of the things that we just discussed, she has a model for a middle range theory that shows all of the things that to lead to successful aging. This is cyclical. They all feed off of each other. The three factors that I just mentioned all feed into gerotranscendence so that they can lead to successful aging. In conclusion, the intent of middle range theory of successful aging was to identify theoretical and derived interventions to promote successful aging in older adults who are not aging well. The importance of understanding all theories of aging is that they influence the values and beliefs about aging and older adults. Although theories are not perfect, they can make contributions to better understand the nature of aging. And to make my point of the importance, the Institute of Medicine says the impending crisis, which has been foreseen for decades, is now upon us. The nation needs to act now to prepare the healthcare workforce to meet the care needs of older adults.